One day, during the rainy season of 1881, Sri Ramakrishna and a number of devotees visited Surendro's house. It was about dusk. The master entered the drawing room on the second floor, where several of Surendro's neighbors had already gathered. Keshav had also been invited, but could not come. Troilokyo and a few Brahmo devotees were present. A mat covered with a white sheet was spread on the floor, and on it had been placed a beautiful carpet with a cushion. Surendra requested the master to sit on the carpet, but Sri Ramakrishna would not listen to him and sat on the mat next to Mohendro Goswami, one of Surendra's neighbors. Mohendro, to the devotees. For several months, I spent most of my time with him, meaning Sri Ramakrishna. I have never before seen such a great man. His spiritual moods are not of the ordinary kind. Master, to Mohendro. How dare you say that? I am the most insignificant of the insignificant, the lowliest of the lowly. I am the servant of the servants of God. Krishna alone is great. Krishna is none other than Sochidananda, the indivisible Brahman. The water of the ocean looks blue from a distance. Go near it and you will find it colorless. He who is endowed with attributes is also without attributes. The absolute and the relative belong to the same reality. Why is Krishna Tribhanga, bent in three places? Because of his love for Radha. That which is Brahman is also Kali, the Adya Shakti, who creates, preserves, and destroys the universe. He who is Krishna is the same as Kali. The root is one. All these are his sport and play. God can be seen. He can be seen through the pure mind and the pure intelligence. Through attachment to woman and gold, the mind becomes impure. The mind is everything. It is like a white cloth just returned from the laundry. It will take any color, you dye with it. Knowledge is of the mind, and ignorance is also of the mind. When you say that a certain person has become impure, you mean that impurity has colored his mind. Surendra approached the master with a garland and wanted to put it around his neck. But the master took it in his hand and threw it aside. Surendra's pride was wounded and his eyes filled with tears. He went to the west porch and sat with Ram, Manomohan, and the others. In a voice choked with sadness, he said, "I am really angry. How can a poor Brahmin know the value of a thing like that? I spent a lot of money for that garland, and he refused to accept it." I was unable to control my anger and said that the other garlands were to be given away to the devotees. Now I realize it was all my fault. God cannot be bought with money. He cannot be possessed by a vain person. I have really been vain. Why should he accept my worship? I don't feel like living anymore. Tears streamed down his cheeks and over his chest. In the meantime, Trilokyo was singing inside the room. The master began to dance in an ecstasy of joy. He put around his neck the garland that he had thrown aside. Holding it with one hand, he swung it with the other as he danced and sang. Now Surendra's joy was unbounded. The master had accepted his offering. Surendra said to himself, "God crushes one's pride, no doubt. But he is also the cherished treasure of the humble and lowly." The master now sang, "Behold, the two brothers have come, who weep while chanting Hori's name. The brothers who, in return for blows, offer to sinners Hori's love. Behold them, drunk with Hori's love, who make the world drunk as well. Embracing everyone as brother, even the outcast shunned by men. Behold, the two brothers have come, who once were Kanai and Balai of Braja." Many of the devotees danced while Sri Ramakrishna sang this song. When the kirtan was over, everyone sat around the master and became engaged in pleasant conversation. Sri Ramakrishna said to Surendra, "Won't you give me something to eat?" Then he went into the inner apartments, where the ladies saluted him. After the meal, Sri Ramakrishna left for Dakshineshwar.